What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another NBA discussion video to bring with you guys, this time actually revolving around the New York Knicks and Karl Anthony Towns and whether or not they are still interested in him, because for those of you who haven't heard, this actually came, at sort of the end of 2019 and kind of was a big discussion throughout the start of 2020 and pretty much when the trade deadline was coming around. For those of you who didn't know, the Minnesota Timberwolves were doing absolutely trash. I mean, they were doing pretty bad. Andrew Wiggins was, he's kind of started to fall down a little bit. Cat wasn't playing that great, had a couple of injuries here and there. And then the rumors came out saying the Knicks are monitoring the Karl Anthony Towns situation, may trade for him. And this is being reported by Mark Berman. So this was all at the stage where there was a lot of doubts with the Minnesota Timberwolves and how they have kind of gone about it. And then now that we know that this has all kind of been, not I'd say fixed, but kind of handled in a different situation, with the Minnesota Timberwolves deciding to pretty much blow up the team when it came to the trade deadline, which I thought was a really good idea. And they kind of brought in someone that I think was a very, very good player to bring in to help out, Karl Anthony Towns. And that is one of Karl Anthony Towns' best friends in DAngelo Russell. For those of you who didn't know, they actually brought in DAngelo Russell for some help, and now since they've been training for him, Cat's been injured the whole time. I don't even know if they've played a game together yet, and Delo's been injured half the time as well. Although they also decide to bring in some really nice pieces. They also decide to trade for Malik Beasley as well. So before all of this pretty much happened, they really had a really bad starting five. I mean, I'm pretty sure their point guard was Shabazz Napier. Their shooting guard was, I think it was Andrew Wiggins, and then Jarrett Culver at small forward. And then I don't even know who it was at power forward. And then the center was Georgie Deng and Karl Anthony Towns, because Karl Anthony Towns was injured for quite a bit. And then now we know Minnesota decided to pretty much completely change around the team and, replace Shabazz Napier with DAngelo Russell. Massive improvement. Replaced Andrew Wiggins with Malik Beasley. Obviously, he's not as good as Andrew Wiggins, but I definitely liking that contract a lot more. And then they, kept Jarrett Culver, but now they're bringing off the bench and kind of starting Josh Okogie, which, gives some time for Culver to develop. He'll start most likely next season. And then power forward, they still haven't fixed that problem where they've got, I believe, I can't even remember who's even starting at power forward. I just know that Hernan Gomez is starting at power forward, and he is definitely not, a good enough defender to be starting at power forward alongside Cat. And then I believe their starting center has been James Johnson, because Cat's been injured. Actually, maybe not James Johnson. I actually don't even know who their starting center is. It gets kind of rocky when it gets to that power forward and center, or them kind of flipping. I actually believe their starting center is Naz Reid, and he's been pretty good since, it's only his first season as well. So it looks like they've got some young players here and there as well. So, again, the Minnesota Timberwolves have kind of changed out their team so much where I know, definitely the New York Knicks are going to be very interested in Karl Anthony Towns. But we obviously know for right now and for about the whole entire of next season as well, they're not going to be able to trade him, because the Minnesota Timberwolves have just built a really, really nice team. Like, not defensive-wise, but let's just say I really think they need to draft Obi Toppin. I know that Obi Toppin's not the greatest defending power forward, but it's one of his things that he can learn and has the, athleticism and all that type of stuff to be able to learn it. And then if they really wanted to, they could roll out of a starting five of DAngelo Russell, Malik Beasley, Jarrett Culver, Obi Toppin, and Karl Anthony Towns, with their bench being Naz Reid, Jake Layman, obviously, potentially Josh Okogie, and then Hernan Gomez, and whoever else they decide to sign from there. I don't think really that's a playoff team yet, but again, that is starting to push it. So I think it's going to be extremely interesting to see how this all goes. But we obviously know for now they definitely won't look to trade Karl Anthony Towns. But of course, the New York Knicks will still definitely be interested. We know that New York really want to develop that young core, and it looks like they're going to be trying to draft LaMelo Ball and trade for Chris Paul. So let's just say the Knicks do that. They trade for draft LaMelo Ball, and then they trade for Chris Paul, And then they have, you know, RJ Barrett at small forward, and then they got Mitch Robinson at center. I think they'll definitely roll out that team throughout the season. But then what I think they'll decide to do is when, you know, the trade deadline and all that stuff does come, I think they'll definitely monitor to see where Karl Anthony Towns kind of is. And then they'll probably offer a big trade in the offseason of maybe Mitch Robinson, a couple first-round picks, or whatever it's going to be, and try and get Karl Anthony Towns. And, you know, I doubt they're going to be able to keep that pick. But let's just say, you know, they end up getting Cat. They have whoever they end up signing. I don't know. I still think they need a power forward. They'll roll out a team of Chris Paul, LaMelo Ball, RJ Barrett, whoever's going to be at power forward, and then Karl Anthony Towns. That's going to be a really interesting team if they were able to trade for Karl Anthony Towns. But, of course, it's just going to be really up to what the Minnesota Timberwolves, how they perform. I think Cat is happy at Minnesota now. Really happy, of course, that he has DAngelo Russell. But, again, a lot of things have happened with Cat recently, obviously, so it's going to be a very hard thing. Again, Cat, I don't even know if he's going to return to basketball. For those of you who didn't know, I believe his mother actually passed away, which is obviously extremely sad. And you know, again, I feel very bad for Karl Anthony Towns, and I give him my best wishes. But of course, it's just going to be extremely interesting to kind of see how this is all going to go. And I really do hope Cat can return back to basketball and return with DAngelo Russell, and they can, you know, actually compete. So I think that would be really cool, as I do like the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I would like them to, you know, make the playoffs eventually again as well. And I think D'Lo and Cat could definitely potentially take them there. But again, I definitely think the New York Knicks are going to be extremely monitoring, you know, Karl Anthony Towns very soon. But anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Definitely comment in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts and opinions on the New York Knicks potentially, you know, being interested in Karl Anthony Towns? Do you guys think they'll make a trade for him? When do you guys think they'll make a trade for him? Again, I definitely would really like to know your thoughts and opinions on that all down below. What would you guys think the New York Knicks need to trade for Karl Anthony Towns? Again, I definitely would really like to know all your thoughts and opinions on it all down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel, MIRL/Flowing channel. Links for them will all be in the description down below. And definitely go check out my podcast as well if you haven't already. Links for that will all be in the description down below. So as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.